I want to make this quick little video for you. If you got a Parmak fence charger, whether it's got the needle gauge or the digital readout like this one's got, I wanted to kind of just show you a few little troubleshooting tips to figure out if it's a unit that's got a problem or the fence and ground's got a problem of some sort. So um, another thing, real quick, we are just a repair place. We just work on fence chargers for people. So we work on all brands and ages of these fence chargers, and we also work on cattle scales and low bars and EID tag readers for different brands. So um, that's what we are. We don't sell stuff. I mean, we sell some parts on occasion, but on like the Parmax stuff, another thing about them is we're licensed or certified through them to work on their units and stuff, but I cannot sell their parts. They've got a insurance liability policy that forbids me from work or from selling their parts. It's just one of the rules. I don't know. I didn't make the rule. I just have to follow it. I can sell parts for other brands like Gallagher, Speedrite, Cyclops, whatever. Those brands I can sell their parts, but I can't sell Parmac parts. So that's the downside to it. The good thing is the parts aren't super expensive, and so even though it might cost $20 or less or give or take to ship one of these things to us, the labor's, I don't charge very much for labor, and the parts aren't super expensive either. I mean, every single part in here is less than $30. So there's, well, depends on what's wrong with it. There are 3 boards inside this unit, and they can all add up a little higher, but the kits for these boards inside this one are like 50-60 bucks for all 3 boards, but overall each part is either 35 or 15 or 20. They're all fairly cheap in price, so the price for parts is fairly inexpensive. I mean, this unit brand new is 150 bucks, whatever it is, for a newer model nowadays. All right, well, back to the troubleshooting side of things. If you're wanting to know if your unit's got an issue or not, if you're walking by one day and your unit shows 13 volts or 13 kilovolts or whatever, um, or if you got the needle gauge one, needles all the way in the green, and then next day or next week or wherever you come outside and animals are getting out, like, okay, what the hell's one of the cows getting out? So you go back to the charger and say you plug it in and it shows 00 on the screen, or it shows a really low number on the screen. You're like, okay, and it's clicking. You hear a little clicking sound coming from it. You're like, okay, well, maybe my fence has got a problem, or maybe my charger's got a problem. If you don't know which is which, easiest way to do it is just unplug it, loosen up your ground and fence knobs, and pull your wires off, and then plug it back in. If the numbers on the front go all the way high again, then that would mean that the problem is in the fence and ground somewhere. Maybe not the ground, maybe the fence. If you got the needle gauge version, it shows green one day, and you walk back out there a little while later, in the next month or two, because animals are getting out, and you go out there and it's clicking or not clicking, and the needle's in the red, or say it's clicking but the needle's in the red. Do the same thing, unplug it, take your wires off, plug it back in. The gauge doesn't go up very much, still stays in the red or low yellow, and never goes into the green, and it's got a problem on the inside. But if you unhook everything from it, plug it back in, and the numbers or the little needle gauge goes all the way to the far green, or numbers jump way up high, about 89% of the time that means this unit is good. I mean, it could be something wrong inside the unit still, but usually it means you got a problem out on the fence somewhere. Now, there's one other test you can do. I don't know what manufacturers call this in the electric fence world, but I call it the ground fault test. Basically, unplug your charger, hook up just the ground side, but leave your fence disconnected, so only have the ground hooked up. Now, what this should do is the numbers should still work. It should still show high voltage, and needle should go all the way to the green like normal. If you hook up just the ground only and no fence, and the numbers, it was showing 13 when you unhooked everything. Now hook up just the ground and plug it back in with no fence, and the numbers drop way off, then you know for certain the unit itself's got a problem on the inside. So that's another quick test. We do it differently here on the bench when we do the ground fault test, but that's a quick and dirty way of doing it in the field. It does the same thing. We just do it. Let you just do it differently inside the shop. We have a ground system right here to hook it onto, so we do it differently. But in the field, is what you would do. But that's it's a quick way to troubleshoot, to know if your Parmak fence charger has got an issue or it's got a problem in the fence. So if you'd like to send one in to us, we would be happy to take a look at it for you. Like I said, we do free quotes, a year and a half warranties on all the repairs that we do to a unit. Lightning dam is part of that warranty. We don't cover, bugs, water, drop kick by a mule. We don't cover stuff like that, but we'll cover basically the malfunction of a unit if what we repaired went bad again for some dumb reason, whether it's its own fault because of bad parts from the manufacturer or because of lightning or stress, caused the parts that we just worked on or rebuilt or replaced inside went bad, then we'll cover that kind of stuff for you. But I hope if you got a part, I'd be happy to work on it for you. Here's our information again. So if you've got a unit needs worked on, we'll be happy to fix it for you, at least take a look at it for you. It doesn't cost you anything but shipping to get it to us. After that, it's free quote. So go to our website, want to find out more about us, fencerfixer.com as our website there. Or if you had a cattle scale unit needs to be worked on, a low bar or something needs to be tested and worked on, you can go there. There are links in the description area of our this video, so you can click on the link, take you to the thing there. But tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your local farm store, hey, this guy works on these things. So we work on a bunch of different units. About 80-90% of the units that we work on are shipped into us from all over the United States. I mean, we're located here in Missouri, which is about smack dab in the middle of the United States. We're not too far from most places, shipping wise. We're not like we're in California and you're in, New York City and you're shipping it all the way across the United States. I mean, we're just right here in the middle of the United States and the Midwest. So that's where we're located at. So most times shipping one of these things is about, between 15 and 23 bucks to ship one of these things. So it doesn't cost a whole lot. Typically, maybe 25, 30 if you're really far away, but that's probably even pushing it. But so look at like a flat rate box. The post office might be your best bet, especially if you're in California, Washington State, or Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Virginia area, Florida area. It might be cheaper to use a large flat rate box. The post office for about $18, $19 versus using like UPS or FedEx, which might cost you over 20. And you might get here about a day slower, even if you use mail. But it's priority mail, so they get you here about 2 to 4 days on average. Oh, but anyways, if you got a fence chart needs worked on, be happy to work on it for you. Until we do another video of how one works or something like that, we'll see you guys later on.